Hi. I am Julius Amazon. Today we are going to learn about water use and pollution. As we all know, no one can live without water, and this is the first need of any living being. You should understand the importance of water in your life. Water is the basic necessity for the functioning of all life forms that exist on Earth. Water somewhat is the reason behind Earth being the only planet to support life. It is one of our major resources we have on this planet. Water is the name of the liquid state of H2O at standard ambient temperature and pressure, which refers to the sets of conditions for experimental measurements to be established to allow comparisons to be made between different sets of data. It forms precipitation, and any product of the condensation of atmospheric water vapor that falls under gravity from cloud in the form of rain and aerosols, which is a suspension of fine solid particles or liquid droplets in air or another gas in the form of fog. 71% of the Earth's surface are covered by water, mostly in seas and oceans. A small portions of water occur as groundwater in the glaciers and the ice caps of Antarctica and Greenland, and in the air as vapor, clouds that form of ice and liquid water suspended in air, and precipitation, which occurs when a portion of the atmosphere becomes saturated with water vapor. In the world economy, water plays an important role in which 70% of the fresh water used by humans goes to agriculture. Fishing in salt and freshwater bodies is a major source of food for many parts of the world. Water serves as the foundation of our existence. It is our daily needs for our day-to-day survival. Do you know that we can survive without any food for a whole week, but we won't survive for 3 days without water? It's because 70% of our body comprises water, and it helps our body to function normally in return. Water is one of the most vital natural resources for all life on Earth. The availability and quality of water always have played an important part in determining not only where people can live, but also their quality of life. It can be used for direct and indirect purposes. Direct purposes include bathing, drinking, and cooking, while examples of indirect purposes are the use of water in processing wood to make paper and in producing steel for automobiles. The bulk of the world's water use is for agriculture, industry, and electricity. The most common water uses include drinking and household needs. Domestic water use is water used for indoor and outdoor household purposes, all the things you do at home: drinking, preparing food, bathing, washing clothes and dishes, brushing your teeth, watering the garden, and even washing the dog. Recreation. Some recreational activities take place in or on the water, such as swimming, boating, fishing, whitewater rafting, and surfing. Other activities are enhanced by being close to water, such as hiking, nature viewing, and hunting waterfowl. Industry and commerce. Industrial water is used for fabricating, processing, washing, diluting, cooling, or transporting a product. Water is also used by smelting facilities, petroleum refineries, and industries producing chemical products, food, and paper products. Agriculture. The use of agricultural water makes it possible to grow fruits and vegetables and raise livestock, which is a main part of our diet. Thermal electricity. Energy. Water for thermoelectric power is used in the process of generating electricity with steam-driven turbine generators. Once through cooling refers to cooling systems in which water is circulated through heat exchangers, and then returned to the source. But what happens if the water becomes polluted? If the water becomes polluted, it can cause many effects on the environmentals. People can't drink polluted water, and neither can animals. If anyone did, they could get very sick and possibly die. Others might not even know that everyday household activities contribute to water pollution. This occurs when the rain washes the fertilizers from your lawn and the oils from your driveway, leading them to nearby lakes and rivers, which are the same sources of our drinking water. Contaminated water can transmit diseases such as diarrhea, cholera, dysentery, typhoid, and polio. Contaminated drinking water is estimated to cause 485,000 diarrheal deaths each year. It can spread through polluted water. It is recommended to examine the water quality on a regular basis to avoid its destructive effects on human health. Virtually all types of water pollution are harmful to the health of humans and animals. Water pollution may not damage our health immediately but can be harmful after long-term exposure. Different forms of pollutants affect the health of animals in different ways. Water pollution has adverse effects on plants, animals and humans. In humans and animals in the form of waterborne diseases and through accumulation of toxic elements in plants. In severe cases, the exposure to highly polluted water can even result in death of organisms, like it most commonly happens in case of aquatic organisms. Water pollution can even contribute to soil pollution. When an oil spill occurs, it kills thousands of fish. Like acid rain and oil spill. But before anything else, what is pollution? Pollution is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment. These harmful materials are called pollutants. Pollution can be classified into three major forms, and one of it is the water pollution. Water pollution can be caused in a number of ways, one of the most polluting being city sewage and industrial waste discharge. Indirect sources of water pollution include contaminants that enter the water supply from soils or groundwater systems and from the atmosphere via rain. Water pollutants include contamination due to domestic wastes, insecticides and herbicides, food processing waste, pollutants from livestock operations, volatile organic compounds, heavy metals, chemical waste, and others. How can we prevent the contamination of water? All life depends on water. Unfortunately, contaminated water harms us and our environment. At the core of this contamination is human error. We disregard the effects of the toxins we're exposed to every day. Industries pour poisons directly into drainage ditches, rivers and oceans without a thought, and wastewater ends up in our groundwater. A few simple changes can protect our freshwater supply from contamination to safeguard human health and keep our rivers and lakes beautiful for future generations. Never pour or flush medications, chemicals, cleansers, grease, oil or fibrous materials down household drains. Don't use garbage disposals. Scrape food waste into compost piles. Use phosphate-free soaps and detergents. Use organic pesticides and fertilizers on your lawn and garden. Reuse gray water for flushing, watering plants, etc. Install composting toilets. Clean out your septic system regularly. Conserving water and preventing water contamination are habits everyone should develop. Be mindful about water consumption before a drought hits. It's a lot easier to deal with a little inconvenience than it is to deal with a water shortage or non-potable water. Be wise when you turn on that faucet. You never know when your tap may run dry.